My name is Dr. Diallo. I am a testing expert with Study.com and an academic coach at a local elementary school here in Florida. I have over 25 years of teaching and testing experience. I am here to help you prepare for the FTCE 053 exam, which is a multi-subject exam for pre-kindergarten through primary PK-3. This problem set covers the subtopics of developmental knowledge and has testing code 531. I will walk you through a few sample test questions as well as some strategies for test taking. Let's get started with problem number 1. How does an educator's understanding of child development and their ability to form positive relationships with families and the community benefit students in the classroom? A, it enables educators to create a competitive environment where children strive to outperform their peers. Well, competition at this age isn't always a good thing and doesn't necessarily lead to positive relationships, so this may not be the correct answer. Answer choice B says, it supports the creation of a learning environment that meets the diverse needs of students, fosters their holistic development, and strengthens school community ties. While understanding child development allows educators to recognize the unique learning needs, interests, and developmental stages of each child. By tailoring educational experiences to these individual characteristics, teachers can then better support each child's holistic growth, including social, emotional, cognitive, and physical development. Positive relationships with families and the community extend learning opportunities beyond the classroom, and they ensure a supportive network for children. These connections also enrich the educational experience by incorporating diverse perspectives and resources, making the learning environment more inclusive and responsive to the needs of the students. Therefore, this is probably going to be the correct answer. However, let's look at C. It allows educators to apply a one-size-fits-all approach to teaching, simplifying lesson planning. Well, a one-size-fits-all approach to teaching is not encouraged and not considered a best practice because all students learn differently and have different needs, so this isn't the correct answer either. D says, it helps educators to design a curriculum that ignores the diverse cultural backgrounds of students. It's honestly never a good thing to ignore diversity in the background relative to students in your class. This could have negative impacts to your students, so this definitely isn't the correct answer choice. Therefore, B is definitely the correct answer choice. Which principle is essential for educators to apply when considering the foundations of early childhood, pre-K through 3 education? A, focusing solely on academic skills such as reading and math to prepare children for future educational success. While early childhood programs aren't focused on just academic skills and are more concerned with developing the whole child, so this probably isn't the best answer. B says emphasizing competition among students to promote high achievement from an early age. There really aren't that many positive correlations between creating competition for children at such a young age. Teamwork more than anything is preferred, so this isn't the best answer either. C says limiting family involvement in the learning process to maintain professional boundaries. We really truly would not want to limit family involvement, especially with children who are so young. We would actually want to try and encourage parent partnerships with our youngest students, so C is not correct. D says recognizing and respecting each child's unique developmental trajectory and learning style. This is the correct answer, because recognizing and respecting each child's unique developmental trajectory and learning style is foundational to the field of early childhood education. This principle is critical because it underlines the importance of providing a supportive and adaptable learning environment that can meet the individual needs of each child. In a pre-K through 3 classroom, an educator notices a pattern of disruptive behavior from a student during group activities. Which strategy best aligns with effective child guidance and classroom behavioral management principles? A says assigning the student to solitary activities away from peers as a consequence for disruptive behavior. Students this age learn more from modeling of positive behaviors, and solitude is not best practices, so this probably is not the correct answer. B says ignoring the disruptive behavior in hopes that the student will eventually mimic the behavior of peers. Well, while some ignoring of behaviors may be best practice, students this young need to be taught the correct way to behave in the classroom, so this isn't the best choice either. C, implementing a strict punishment every time the student exhibits disruptive behavior to establish authority. Punishments of children this young are not considered best practices. Establishing authority can also result in defiance and actually escalate behavior, so this isn't the best choice either. However, D, establishing clear, consistent expectations and involving the student in creating a plan to improve behavior during group activities is the correct answer. This is because this is based on the principle of positive guidance and having a proactive classroom management style. In the context of developmentally appropriate curricula for a pre-kindergarten class, which of the following activities best supports the concept of zone of proximal development? A. Giving children puzzles that are far too advanced, requiring teacher intervention for every step. This is probably not going to be the best thing because there's no release of responsibility here, so A is not the best choice. B. Allowing children to choose books from the library that are significantly above their reading level to challenge them. Well, because they're in pre-kindergarten and we're wanting to focus on the zone of proximal development, we would not want them choosing books that are way above their reading level, but rather books that they like to enjoy looking at and reading creatively. So therefore, B would not be the best choice either. D says providing an activity where children are asked to memorize and recite facts about animals without prior knowledge or interest. Well, research shows us that reciting facts without establishing background knowledge and student connections is often forgotten soon after it's memorized, so this is not going to be the best practice. Let's look at C. Setting up a collaborative building block activity where the teacher helps start the process and then encourages peer support as the task progresses. This is the correct answer because it directly aligns with the educational theory of the zone of proximal development, also known as ZPD. This concept, it emphasizes the importance of providing support to children as they learn new skills, gradually reducing that assistance as they become more competent. Well, my hope was that you found that video to be helpful. Be sure to check out more videos on the channel. And please remember, like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our important video content. You can also get a lot of help from our website at study.com. And as a member there, you can get access to targeted video lessons, study materials, personalized study plans, and hundreds of practice problems. We'd love to hear your feedback about your experience, so please make sure to tell us what you think. Wishing you all the best on your test. Good luck.